Hey friends. Hey friends on YouTube. I got YouTube. Going, let me see. I can get my TikTok going. You know, you got to set all this stuff up. Okay, where the hell is my thing at? Okay, let me see if I can get the TikTok. No. Hey guys. Hey guys on YouTube. Trying to go live. Let me see my TikTok. I got my TikTok going. Alright, I'm trying to get my TikTok together. Trying to get my TikTok together. Got my TikTok and my YouTube. Hey guys on YouTube. Hey guys on TikTok. Share this with at least 5 people that you know. Share this with at least 5 people that you know. I'm not going to be before you long because my phones are dying. But share this with 5 people that you know. And on TikTok, this thing is supposed to be staying, but it's not staying the way that I need it to. But hey guys on YouTube. Hey guys on TikTok. Come on in. Share this with at least 5 people that you know. This is Financial Literacy 101 for adults. If this is your first time on my live, I'm Coach Tanisha. I've been an entrepreneur for 13 years. Made money online for 13 years. I am an author. I have books. I sell books on Amazon. I sell on Amazon. I sell on TikTok. I have passive income. I do real estate. I also do stocks, and I also do stock options, right? So I like to talk about money. I like to talk about wealth building because these are the things, right? I like to talk about these things because these are the things, guys, that help us to get ahead. These are the things that helps us to get ahead, right? It helps us to get ahead. It helps our children to get ahead. It helps the next generation to be able to get ahead. So money makes the world go round. Now, money isn't everything, right? But it's up there with air, right? And if you ain't got no money, you ain't breathing, right? That's why people go to work, right? People go to work so they can make money, right? So they can live a lifestyle and do whatever, right? Unfortunately, school failed us, right? School did not teach us about money. School did not teach us, about success. School did not teach us about wealth. School did not teach us, how to basically get, to the next level. School didn't teach us these things. So somebody got to teach it, right? Somebody has to know how to be able to get themselves and put themselves in position. Hey guys, share this with 5 people you know. The last 5 people that you text them this video. Share this out with them on TikTok and share this out on YouTube, okay? So we're going to break down just some things that we should have learned in school when we were kids, okay? So Financial Literacy 101 for adults. I also teach children financial literacy. I go into different schools and I teach financial literacy online, and I go into the schools. I have a book called The ABCs of Wealth Building. I also have a book called The Amazon Seller, How to Be an Influencer. And I just have things that help me to build wealth, right? And my goal is to help, other people to do the same thing. So As children, we should have learned what money is, what the value of money is, how we should be getting money, how we should be stewarding money, and how we should grow money, right? We didn't learn none of that, right? We just learned to go get a job. Hopefully we retire, and hopefully, we're able to live a comfortable life after retirement. And unfortunately, now in the 21st century, people can't even retire at 60. People can't retire at 70. People can't even retire at 80. People can't retire. People are literally 90 years old, almost 100 years old, and still working a job. It's insane to me. Okay? It is totally, guys, insane to me. Hey guys, on TikTok, share this with the last 5 people that you text. Share this with the last 5 people that you text. I'm going to send this out right now to all the people. Okay? And then send this to the last 5 people that you text. Okay? So financial literacy. Okay? Financial literacy is very broad. There's so many things that you can tackle. Savings. Yes, I know this wasn't going to work. All right, so I'm going to put it right here. All right, I'm just holding my TikTok one. All right. So savings, okay, budgeting, emergency fund, passive income, residual income, starting business, retirement accounts, estate planning. I mean, the list goes on and on, guys. Like, there's so many things on financial literacy. So people kind of like get googly eyed, when it's time to talk about financial literacy, because, right, it is very complicated, right? They overcomplicate it, right? But I'm here to simplify it for you, right? So if you are interested, right, if you want to win, right, in the next 10, 20, 40, 50 years of your life, okay, you have to understand how money works, okay? You got to start saving money, okay? You definitely have to start saving money, okay? We have to save money for the sake of having money, okay? We have to save money, right, guys, on YouTube and TikTok. We have to save money for the sake of having money, okay? Hey, guys, on YouTube and on TikTok. All right, share this with at least 5 people the last 5 people you text, okay? The last 5 people you text, all right? So we have to save money, guys, for the sake of having money. I want to always have money. I want to always be in position, right, to have money. I don't want to feel like I'm not good enough because I don't have money. I don't want to feel like I'm a lowlife because I don't have money. Right? I don't want to feel dead because I don't have money, right? So if we start saving money, $100 a month, $10 a month, whatever you can do, right? $50 a month, $500 a month, whatever you can do, start saving money. Start saving money in a high yield savings account, right? A high yield savings account. That makes sense, right? To save your money in a high yield savings account, okay? And just save the money for the sake of saving money and having money, right? Does this make sense, right? Save money so that you can always have money, right? Always, right? Always. You want to be able to be like, all right, well, my checking account isn't, what I want it to be, but at least I got savings, right? And we won't feel stuck. I know people, they feel like they can't breathe if they don't have money. People feel like they can't breathe if they don't have money, right? So you don't want to put yourself in that position, and we don't want to be in this cycle of living check to check, right? We don't want to keep living check to check, right? I got to wait to get paid to get some money. I got to wait to get paid to make a move. I got to wait to get paid to, give a down payment. I got to wait to get paid to buy a course. I got to wait to get paid to start a business. Like, it's a never-ending cycle, guys. I'm telling you right now, it's a never-ending cycle. So we start saving money. But how do we even start saving money? We got to start budgeting our money. Like, that is a thing, guys. That is a thing, right? Start budgeting. What money's coming in? What money's going out? What prescriptions or subscriptions do I have, right, that I need to start cutting down? I need to start cutting down on my subscriptions. I got this coming out. I got that coming out. I got this streaming service. I got that streaming service. I got this Amazon thing. I got that thing. I got this Walmart thing. I got this other membership site. We paying for too much stuff. Right? So we got to know what's coming in. If you know I'm getting paid $10,000 a month from my job, and taxes is taking $4,000. I'm only bringing home $6,000. So that's $6,000. How do I make this $6,000 work where I don't have to wait till next payday to get some money? Right? So unfortunately, right, again, school didn't teach us this. School did not teach us about money. School did not teach us about money. School did not teach us about money. Why? Right? Because money is power. Money allows us to do new things. Money opens up so many doors and more opportunities. Right? So when people don't have money, you can tell by how they talk. When people got money, you can tell by how they talk and how they move and how they walk. Okay? So let's save money for the sake of having money, right? And then budgeting. What's coming in, right? Some people make $5,000 a month. Some people make $10,000 a month. Some people make $20,000 a month and they still ain't got no money, right? It's like, how do you make $10,000 a month and you ain't got no money? How do you make $20,000 a month and you ain't got no money, right? Because the more money people get, the the more money that they spend. The more money people get is the more money that people spend. So instead of spending more, let's either invest more or save more into a high yield savings account, a high yield checking account, right? So instead of spending more, right, let's save more money. Okay, not because you get a raise. It's crazy because people get raises and they still ain't got no money. It's insane to me, guys. We really need to focus on getting better with managing money, budgeting money, investing money, saving money, growing our money, building wealth. Right? We want to get good at these things. And then not just us getting good at it, but also teaching our children. Okay, teaching our children how to get good at it, right? The thing about money, guys, we need money from the day we born to the day we die and every day in between. So why in the world wouldn't you want to understand money? Why in the world wouldn't you want to understand how to get money? Why in the world wouldn't you want to invest money? Why in the world you wouldn't want to save money? We need money, guys, from the day we born to the day we die and every day in between. Hey, guys, on YouTube and TikTok, let me know where you guys are coming in from. And from a scale from 1 to 10, where are you in your financial literacy journey? 1 meaning you live in check to check. 10 meaning you making passive residual income. So you tell me where you're at. Okay, 1 means you're living check to check. 10 means you got passive income. So where are you in your financial literacy journey? Because we have to wake up, right? No one's coming to save you. No one's coming to drop $10 million in your bank account. No one's coming to drop $10 million at your doorstep. Right now, people think, oh, if I have money, I'll be good. No, because if you don't know how to steward the money that you have now, if you don't know how to steward $5,000 that you get from your job a month now, if you don't know how to steward $10,000 a month that you get from your job now, you will not be able to steward $10 million. right? You got to be able to do a lot with a little, right? And then God will be able to trust you with a lot to do a lot, right? Hopefully this is making sense, right? So let me know you guys are coming from on TikTok. Share this with at least the last 5 people that you text, okay? So saving money, guys, is a thing, right? Don't let, social media, and they tell you, oh, don't save money. We need money. So in order to have money, we need to save it. But you need to save it in a high yield savings account. Don't just save it in your regular checking where you ain't getting no interest. A high yield savings account. You go to jointanishamarie.com. You can set up a free high yield checking and savings account. Okay? And you can start putting money in there every month, right? And watch your money grow. Now, of course, the more money you have, the more money you will make on your money. If you only got $100, you're only going to make, a couple cents, right? But of course, as time goes on, but at least your money's making money. Because here's the thing. If you just keep your money in a savings account that's not bearing any interest, you're actually losing the buying power of your money due to inflation and taxes. Due to inflation and taxes. So, they didn't teach us that in school. They didn't teach us about inflation. They didn't teach us about taxes, in school. So guess what? When I got my first check, when I was working for Summer Youth, I'm like, well, what is FICA? What is Social Security? I didn't know what that was. Like, why do I have to pay that? Like, I'm not old, but that's how the cookie crumble. But kids don't know that, so you get a surprise, right? So unfortunately, friends, financial literacy is one of those things that people don't want to talk about because people don't want to look at their money. People don't want to look at their funds. People don't want to face the reality that, damn, I'm making $100,000 a year and I ain't got nothing to show for it but debt and wigs and sneakers and bags and pots. Okay? So we want to save money, guys, for the sake of having money. We want to start budgeting. I need to know what's coming in. I need to know what's going out. Okay? Then you want to set up an emergency fund. See, this is key. In the pandemic, nobody knew that the pandemic was going to happen. Although the government gave out checks, guess what? We're paying all that back now through the high inflation and tariffs. It's insane. Right? Through the high inflation and tariffs, we're actually paying back all that pandemic money that we got. They sent out billions of dollars. We paying that back now through tariffs and inflation. So nothing's free. Nothing's free, right? So have an emergency fund, $1,000 to $10,000 in an emergency fund, depending on where you're at, right? Depending on, what your bills are or what things are looking like in your life, $1,000 to $10,000. Okay. Now, of course, after you're saving, after you're budgeting and you knowing where your money's going, right? And now, once you have your emergency fund, now it's time to tap into passive residual income, right? Now, once you start saving money and you have an emergency fund, right, and you start budgeting, you'll be able to pay your bills off also, right? So I don't even have to talk about debt because once you start budgeting, you'll start to see, okay, well, this is going here, this is going here, this is going here. I need to eliminate that. Okay? I need to eliminate that, right? I need to eliminate that, right? So you can start paying down stuff from all the other stuff that you was paying for that you didn't even realize, right? Too many people are in debt. They said the average American has $92,000 in debt. That's the average American has $92,000 in debt, whether it's car notes, whether it's credit cards, whether it's student loans, whether it's personal loans. They said the average person, okay, the average person has $92,000 in debt, and that's insane. And America is headed towards, I think, $35 trillion in debt that we ain't even think about paying back. So if you start budgeting, right, and you start saving, right? And you start paying attention to your money. That's what wealthy people do. They pay attention to their money, right? Now you'll start paying off these high interest credit cards. You start paying off this high interest stuff that you have, right? So you save your money for the sake of having money, okay? You have your emergency fund, all right? Anything can happen. You start budgeting, right? Paying attention to what's coming in, paying attention to what's going out. And now you could put yourself in position, guys, to have some passive income, right? Passive income can be stocks, could be treasuries, can be a business, can be real estate, can be Bitcoin, can be an Amazon influencer. I made thousands of dollars being an Amazon influencer. Thousands of dollars being an Amazon influencer. Okay. And just reviewing stuff. See, I teach people how to get paid to shop. I teach people how to get paid to shop. I've been getting paid to shop damn near over a decade now, right? So we have to put ourselves in position so we can always be in position so we won't ever be out of position. Guys, share this with 5 people, the last 5 people that you text, okay? I want to put myself in position so I can be in position so I won't ever be out of position, right? Because a lot of people losing their jobs, people losing their homes, right? People losing their cars, people losing their minds. But one thing, I'm going to tell you guys, you losing your house, you still need money. You losing your car, you still need money. You losing your job, you still need money. You losing your mind, you still need money. Still need money. No matter, you lose everything, you still need money, right? So in 2025, guys, I'm going to help 100 women get themselves in position so they can stay in position so they won't be ever out of position, okay? You go to jointenaciamarie.com, click on Join My Team. Okay, join my team. School's about to start back, so I'm going to start working back in the schools. But I'm going to be online, going live. And in my team, we go live, right? Or we do live trainings to help you keep your mind on building wealth and building a legacy. Then on top of that, I'm helping you put yourself in position to get $50,000 for your business. I've been able to get over 80 grand for my business, right? 80 grand for my business. 0% interest for 2 years. Okay? So I'm not just talking the talk. I walks the walk. Okay, baby? I walks the walk. All right? So I'm looking to work with 100 women. Okay, now that number's probably, down now because people's been joining. But I'm looking to work with 100 women in 2025. We literally only got 4 months left, right? So 100 women that want to get themselves in position to be financially educated, financially stable, have some financial independence, right? But also want to be able to teach their children how to get in position, right? See, wealthy people stay wealthy because they keep putting themselves in position. So they keep putting their kids in position. They put their grandkids in position. And the Bible says we need to leave a legacy for our children's children. We need to leave an inheritance for our children's children, right? And if we can't do that, right, then what are we really doing? What legacy do we really leave behind? We can't just leave glasses and belts and sneakers and jeans, right? Yeah, they may like that, but that's not helping them get ahead. A bunch of sneakers ain't helping your child get ahead. A bunch of belts ain't helping your child get ahead. So I'm looking to work with 100 women that want to get financially educated, that want to achieve some financial stability, right? That want to achieve some financial independence, that wants to understand how to start building wealth, how to start building wealth for your children, and how to put yourself in position to stay in position so you won't ever be out of position. So if you're on TikTok, just go to jointanishamarie.com and then join my team. And if you're on YouTube, just go to jointanishamarie.com, join my team, and be able to watch a little small video. It's going to talk about joining my team. And I'm looking to work with women that truly want change. Not just you thinking about it and you getting distracted with every little shiny object. No, women that really want to achieve some financial independence, some financial success. Set yourself up and set your kids up for the next generations to come. So guys, if you're not following me at Coach Tanisha Marie on all platforms, I talk about money on all of my platforms, right? I sell my products, services, courses on all platforms, right? I'm in position so I can stay in position so I won't ever be out of position. So I'll see you guys on the next live. Peace. Peace, guys.